Zaitseva blasting her way out of the start. She'll mean business this year. Zaitseva going in group number 1. She's got start number of 22, as you will have seen, out of Moscow, and was 6th in the world last year. Tora Berger did even better. She finished 3rd and was very much in the running right up till the last World Cup out in Khanty-Mansiysk in Siberia. Will she challenge for the overall World Cup this year, or will she focus on the World Championships in Novo Mesto?
Well, I think she realises without knowing her here, she has a chance to take the overall. Of course, Berger was 3rd overall last year, and she really does see that as a possibility to be the best overall within the racing season. Now, Grigorin, she's her statistics. Again, she's reading the flag. She's adjusted 3 clicks to the right as well. She's fantastic in the prone position. Her stand shooting lets her down.
Have a look at the trigger finger. Hardly see a movement. Great drills. Deserves that result.
And discipline, you can see with the athletes who have got the control. It's very difficult when you're so out of breath to keep control and in distress almost physically.
Now, what's going to happen to Mäkäräinen this season? She was brilliant in 2011, shot well, skied exceptionally fast. Didn't really come together for her last year. And for me, it's a question of how much confidence she's got early season. If she starts with some bad races, she's going to find it very difficult to come back. Henkel. More experience than anyone else here today.
Oh. She's 12 seconds off the pace coming into the shooting range. And she needed to hit all 5 here.
Now, Gosner, that's not a good start from her. What did you say, Mike? 15 out of the 20?
I think so, at best. Now, it's interesting, Patrick, Gosner starting only 30 seconds behind Henkel. She really pushed the pace to get... it's comfortable racing with your teammate ahead of you. You know how they pace. But I think she's pushed a little hard.
Now, the Russian women with Wolfgang Pichler in charge. We'll wait and see how he's done. I don't think last year was a fair reflection on what sort of a coach he was, Mike, but after 18 months in charge, should we be starting to see changes either better or worse?
I think we should definitely see how it is evolving, and you would expect it to be better. He did say in an interview in one of the Russian papers that he felt within the team, some of the other coaches, there wasn't complete unity. A friend in Moscow was telling me.
That's 4 out of 5 for Stromstedt, and she can afford maybe one more mistake if she wants to get herself in the top 20 today. That's how critical it is. 1 minute, 1 second. She would have been 1 second outside Gorekova had they all gone down. So have a look at the standings at the moment after the first shoot. We've got Gorekova leading, Grigorin in 2nd place for Slovenia, Kristina Palka, who started number 1, is in 3rd position, and Marie-Laurent Brunet, 5 out of 5, just taking it nice and steady in 4th place ahead of Skardino, Vaja-Semirienko, and Andrea Henkel of Germany, who missed one, is outside the top 7. A bear in the black and yellow, the French colours, which I'm sure you're familiar with by now. French on a high after their success yesterday in the men's individual. Great performance by Martin Fourcade. Still, he said he would have been happy with the top 3. Helena Ekholm's sister just starting, Jenny Johnson. Johnson, of course, Ekholm's maiden name.
Giacchino just scoping there for Dorana Bear, and it was good. It was, for me, that was the fastest 5 shots so far.
And a margin of 11 seconds. Very healthy start for the French woman. Zaitseva coming up to 1.5 on lap number 1. 5 seconds, 5 minutes, I should say, from Razmichuti, still the fastest time, but we saw her miss too. She paid a heavy price for pushing so hard early on. Zaitseva, plenty of experience, 10.3. I think she'll be reasonably satisfied with that progress over the first loop. Tora Berger.
This looks altogether more dynamic, isn't it? I know that she takes very small strides. She keeps the cycle of energy, the momentum going throughout all her moves here. And it's fast.
Any change in technique from last year? You're always suggesting that maybe a few technique lessons wouldn't go amiss, but why change it if it works?
And I think it's balanced, it's good, the energy's in the right place at the right time, and of course it's the way she puts that cycle of energy together.
Sulumdal just starting for Norway. She'll be roughly 6 minutes behind Tora Berger.
In these bright lights, Patrick, in the stadium, I think it's a good idea for the blinds, those black flappy bits on the sights, just to cut out any other light coming into your eye, and then you really do see down the range to the target 50 meters away, and it's only just bigger than a golf ball, the part which counts as hits in the prone.
Anastasia Kuzmina leaving the stadium at the same time as Kalinchik, but she's a lap behind, and Kuzmina at this time last year was really suffering from the pressure. She's a big name back home. That Olympic title brought her enormous fame and enormous wealth as well, and I think she struggled to cope with that, as we see Domracheva going through 4 seconds inside Makarainen's time. So Domracheva's lost nothing of the form that we saw last year. Remember, she won the last 2 races of last season, so this would make it a hat-trick if she can wrap it up today.
I'm wondering though, Patrick, as Bachmann comes in, Domracheva started 30 seconds behind Makarainen. I think those two are going to push each other severely.
And not only that, Mike, the big W has arrived. It's getting windy.
Whoa. Well, Bachmann adjusted her sights there, as have all the best. 3 clicks to the right, which is anti-clockwise on the side of the sight.
Lots of movement of the right elbow in between the second and third shot. This one's tough, but she gets it. Good shooting from Bachmann. And now the early starters starting to come in for their first shoot in the standing position. Sparring. This is good shooting, and quick, and accurate. Great start for her. Aber still leading, 9:14, the quickest time, and the margin's very significant indeed. Barikova in second, 9:26, almost 12 seconds down. But Gasparin, with an astonishing start, has gone 5 seconds inside the Frenchwoman. So that's the best start we've ever seen from Gasparin. Long way to go, 3 shoots still remaining, so don't get too excited if you're a fan of the Swiss. Save that for 30 minutes time, should she still be going at this sort of pace. 20.01 for Palka. So that's roughly 20 minutes skiing after the first 6 kilometers. Good timing from Zaitseva. The winds just ease a fraction.
A little tense there, Patrick, when you don't pull the recocking mechanism all the way back, the bullet, the empty shell doesn't jump out. You often try to rush it and forget to pull it all the way back.
Now, Tora Berger missed 3 in the first prone last year in this race.
Look at her cheek, Patrick. The full head weight is going through that rifle. Adds another good few kilograms.
Great shooting, good skiing. She's going to be very, very close to Gasparin, and Durant Aber, I think, is going to be pushed down into 3rd place. Still a little way to go before the clock will stop. 1.4 outside the fastest, and Tora Berger, the Olympic champion, the world champion, moves into 2nd spot for now. Grekova. Nice solid position from Grekova. Have a look at the eye. That often gives an indication of the tension, if there is any.
That's really cost her a top 5, a top 10 position even. I think this is Makarainen. She knows she's being chased on the track by Domracheva.
Well, the golden gun doesn't quite produce the results that she would have wanted. 4 out of 5 now. Domracheva, number 2 in the world last year. A lot of movement.
She held her breath for an age for that first shot.
Yeah, the breathing wasn't easy. That wasn't a convincing shoot at all, Mike. Usually much easier with the breath.
Yes, and I think she's just going for one big breath, holding it for very long, and that often if you hold it too long, you feel your pulse going through the rifle.
But also just going for one breath in between.
Surprising.
So, consistent stuff from Andrea Henkel. She needs to be clean on the last 2 if she wants a chance of adding to her long list of honours with a victory today. Those who've won early season, just looking down the names, well, Domracheva, of course, won this race last year. Zidek, formerly known as Olofsson, won for Sweden the year before that. E.ON won twice in succession, showing her skill with the rifle. Beck and Malgina, perhaps the least known of those who's come through to win the first race of the season.
Yeah, the first race can be a funny one, and you know what, looking down the start sheet, I certainly felt good about the ability of Vilokina. She, at the World Championship, she missed 2 out of her first 5, then she cleared the rest of them. I think she has the mind strength over these longer races and the importance of these 1-minute shots to take the pressure.
Number 4 after the first shooting. Leading ahead of Berger and Dora Abbe.
That's a good start for Elise Ringen.
Egil Hjelland has to be happy with that. It was fast, it was accurate.
Yeah, he's done well on the coaching front, and it's always nice to see an ex-athlete come back into coaching, perhaps not the season after he's retired, but many of them go from the World Cup to coaching the juniors and then gradually work their way up, and Hjelland, a much respected coach. Stromstedt, 80% hit rate so far for the early part of the season. It's far from disastrous. Most of the big names yesterday made their mistakes on the last 2 shoots. So many of them going clear with the first 10 and then missing on the 3rd and 4th shoot. Even Fourcade missed a target yesterday. Svensson missed 2. Lesser, what a race for Lesser of Germany, getting his first ever podium finish. Is Abbe going to go clear?
Only 2 of the first 11 have hit 10 out of 10, and of course Brune is one of them.
So she joins the top 5 in terms of shooting performance. Nowakowska.
That was good. The Polish team looking good. I see the big name of the men's Polish team is now coaching. You mentioned earlier a lot of coaches work with the juniors first. He's he looked like it was hard work with about 15 juniors at the Glacier, and he was having to really work to bring the best out of them.
Surndal